Afternoon again, chaps. Just a quick look at some more shooting gear I've got. These are the SealSkinz Shooting Glove. As you can see, they're in the olive colour. And I bought these to replace my standard leather shooting gloves. And the main reason, is the most appeal for these gloves at least, is the way you can remove the finger. I shall just demonstrate that for you now here. This thing here flips off, velcros down, and you've got your trigger finger exposed for more detailed shooting. I use these for clay pigeon shooting, so I don't really need to be that precise, but it does help. Just when you get that little kind of, you can tell when the trigger's just going to break, which is always better than just having kind of a general guess at when your leather's going to pull the trigger, if you see what I mean. They are. I wear these in the winter, and don't need to wear them in the summer as it is now. And you need to be warm and then wear them at the same time, rather than if you're cold and then put these on. Your hands will still be freezing cold, so you need to put these on when you're still warm and before you go outside, really. If it's very cold, then these won't really insulate you that much, but they do have some silk linings, which I can't vouch for. I've never tried them, haven't had the need, but they're always available if you are in the extreme cold. Nice leather. I think this is meant to be like a kind of lamb's leather or something like that. It's very, very soft and supple. Gives a nice grip, good feel to it, and you can see it's from a different lamb there. You can see it's all wrinkled up. Relatively good stitching, but it is starting to come apart now, but I think that could just be surface kind of wear. But I'm not going to pull it off just yet in case I do start to deconstruct these. Good sweat patch wiper here if you get a bit coldy, and if it gets too hot, but you wouldn't be wearing these in the heat anyway, so it's inconsequential really. Relatively good Velcro. It's quite loose, but it does the job, because you don't want it to be too stick, otherwise you're not going to be able to get these off very easily. The worst Velcro is on here, is on the trigger finger. There's not enough of it really. It'd be better if the whole top part here was then it would catch on the trigger, so maybe it's not so good on the back of the trigger guard, but it does a job just about. But you can see there, if it catches on anything, it's just going to come off. And also the stitching on this isn't great. As you can probably see, it's coming off slightly, but it gets the job done. One of the complaints I would have is the fact that it's quite difficult to actually get the finger out of there. You can't just kind of use the one hand, if you see what I mean. You have to be two-handed, so if you're holding a gun you have to stick it under your arm, as you should be holding a double barrel shotgun anyway, so that should keep you in good practice. It's a bit annoying if you can get a bit caught there and then flick it out, and it hasn't ripped this yet, but I could see that possibly happening. And then getting it back on again, as I say, both hands. No, I don't have a problem. I mean, lefties are fine, catered for in the standard gloves. They both come with a trigger finger with a detachable part, so that's fine for you lefties. A little bit annoying things I would have to say are on the left mainly. See, what you want with this is when you pull the Velcro across, this inner part here to fold in, as it does there. You can see, and then you can just Velcro it up. On the left one though, what I have found is first it has this label which is very irritating, as you can see, made in China. Oh well, c'est la vie. These are size large, which I'll come across in a minute, come over. And then when you do these ones, you can see it folds out, which is just annoying really. I mean, I want it to go in, but I can't. No matter what I do, it always folds out there. So you have to push it in once again, and it just becomes a bit fiddly. And you can see it's tight on my hand, but around my wrist it's a bit loose. And ideally I'd want these a bit tighter so they can go onto the cuffs of your coat a little more easily. I recommend cutting out a label. I haven't done so yet, but I shall be doing so before the next shooting season. As you can see, the outside is 14% spandex, 20% polyester, 66% polyamide, whatever that is, nylon. Palm is 100% leather, as you can see there. And the insert is Porel, which I think is like a French invention, and it says that it's that kind of insulating layer which doesn't do much. The lining is 50% polyester and 50% Coolmax, so you shouldn't be sweating too much, and I haven't sweated in these yet. They're comfy, size large. I have relatively large hands, and I have to say they've got the little finger a bit off. Middle and fourth finger are fine. Thumb could be a bit shorter for me, and this one's absolutely fine, but it's the little finger and the thumb that are the most annoying. And the same issues on the right hand, as you can see. Whoops. As you can see here, still a bit too much give on the little finger and on the thumb, but the other ones are absolutely fine. The trigger finger doesn't matter because you'll be putting that off anyway. There you go. Very fast review of the SealSkinz Shooting Glove. As always, any questions, fire away, and I shall do my best to answer them. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. Cheers.